Good day. My name is Engineer Theocracy. Our topic today is going to be on plantation. When I see so many farms, I wonder why many of us decided to plant guamets. Yes, snails love eating guamets. Despite the fact that they love eating guamets, doesn't make us plant guamets in all our farms. Question is, what is snail guamets? Snail guamets are the particular plants that snails love eating. They love eating them. They will feed on them when they see these plants. If you plant those plants fully in your entire farm, you will have so many challenges of humidity exposure. Humidity exposure. Let me take it step by step. You know, I give free lectures. Take it home. Analyze it. Get the point out of it. The ones that you disagree with, please trash it off. Now, when we talk about guamet, plants that snails eat and they love so much that when snails sees those plants, they must eat those plants. Those are what we call snail guamets. Just as we have fried rice, jollof rice, a salad, to some traditional people who have the oha soup and so many, to Delta we have the oho soup, the banga soup. When an Urubu man sees a banga soup, he must eat, except he didn't cook it well. Those are guamets to those people. Now, snail guamets are those beautiful plants, hygienic, nutritious plants that when snail sees, I will not mention their names, when snail sees, they consume them so much. When you concentrate in planting those kind of plants in the farm, you will have challenges. And what challenges will you have? These are the challenges. One, you will finally expose the snails to humidity risk. Humidity risk. Because by the time the snails comes, when those guamets are in the farm, you see the farm everywhere is full. You say, yes, I am ready to stock my farm. Beautiful. Now, when the snail comes, they will pray for you. They will be happy. They will start eating and feeding on those guamets that you've planted. Within a short period of time, very short period of time, the guamet has finished. And most of those guamets are seasonal plants. You don't concentrate on seasonal plants in your farm. Everything that dominates your farm is seasonal. And they are also guamets. The snails will not even wait for the plants to finish their season. They will feed on them and clear them off, eating those guamets. By the time they finish eating those guamets, they will not even allow the guamet to grow again. Any guamet that is bringing high germination, they will pick it up. Now, when they pick up all the guamets in the farm as source of food planted, those guamets is off. The farm becomes empty. You start seeing the bare grounds of the farm. At that point, you have exposed them to humidity problem, humidity risk. The guamet, which is the plant and the farm that is covering them, making the underneath the plant cold, they've eaten it off, they've exposed themselves to humidity risk. Now, the UV net you use in covering the farm, remember, the little heat that emits out from the UV net transfer to the plant allows them to produce photosynthesis, because plant produces their food with the sun ray through photosynthesis. Now, if those guamets are off, the little sun ray that is emitting out from the UV, because the UV converts it, reduces and breaks the harshness of the sun, brings it down. The little one that he converts, he gives it to the plant will grow to produce their food. Now, the snails have eaten all the guamets in the entire farm. And now, nothing is left in the farm. Now, the snails are now exposed to heat. Humidity has gone. Because immediately the plants in the farm is over, humidity has traveled. And no snail will survive without humidity. Now, when you talk about humidity in the farm, we have different species that withstand different humidity. Now, the major one we farm, which is the Ashashatina marginata, note, is a forest snail. Snails that lives in the forest, and the forest is humidity dense. Is humidity dense that the snails were able to survive in the forest. But now transferring them from the forest to a particular greenhouse, you have to also retain the forest-like nature of the greenhouse. Now, all you planted are perennial crops, seasonal crops, and guamets. Now, the snails feed on those guamets. Before you see, all the farm is now exposed to sunlight. Humidity travel, the snails will start dying. Yes. So when we plant, I'm in Abia State. Some people will say Abia again. Yes, I'm in Abia, or Hofia to be precise. This is 4 plots that we are building at Abia State. Now, we are planting things that we retain. We don't plant seasonal plants. You plant plants that dry season, they are there. Rainy season, they are there. Any season that comes, those plants retain. And those plants precisely regenerate themselves. Those plants regenerate themselves with heavy canopy. Canopies that can withstand to cover the up. So when the small sun ray converted by the UV net is coming, they wage it off to convert it to photosynthesis to produce their food, and underneath the plant gives you humidity. Then the snails will say yes. So after eating the little guamet in the farm, there are other plants that will also serve as a shade, a cover, so that the farm will not expire on time. Yes, greenhouse expires. If you plant guamets, you plant seasonal plants in the farm, and when the snail finally comes, they finish eating all the farm. Immediately, humidity travels out of your farm. The farm has expired. All you start seeing is casualty, casualty, casualty. Are you getting me? So when we talk about intensive farming system and extensive farming system, some people don't really understand what exactly makes snails sustain in the greenhouse. Yes. People say snail hardly dies. Snail hardly dies. Yes, snail hardly dies. But when you maltreat snail, you do not give snail what they want. What they want, they will die easily. Yes, they will die easily. So, I am here this morning, the weather is bright, to let you know that please, whatever effort you have put in the snail business and you are struggling on it, some consultants will just pick like 5 to 7 a plant like let me say a dwarf banana, a dwarf plantain. You will see, you can count, you will see like 4 or 5, just because they saw people planting dwarf banana and the rest. They will just plant dwarf banana. In a full plot, you will count like 20, you will count like 30, 40 dwarf banana. By the time the old guamet is gone, those perennial crops, those periodic plants, seasonal plants is gone. You see those bananas standing on their own. It has no function. The purpose of planting dwarf banana, the purpose of planting dwarf banana, many don't know. Let me tell you today. I give you as a free gift. You plant dwarf banana bomba to bomba, very close to each other. When this one release canopy, this one release canopy, under forms shade. and that under produce humidity. Before the next one, just say like 1 foot or 2 foot interval. One brings the canopy, this one brings the canopy cover. So one brings the canopy, this one brings the canopy. Before you see, their canopy will form humidity under the plant. Then when you mix with it other seasonal plant, whatever, when the snail comes, they deal with those seasonal plants. It does not travel humidity. So these are the things we need to understand. You understand? So, dear viewers, I don't know it all, but with my experience in the business, so many of my students, so many of my clients, they are doing exceedingly well. There was a season, they coming from Asaba, they coming from Owerri, they coming from different places that, sir, we want to sell our snail. You want to sell? He say, yes. I am so glad that as of today, even many, they finish their farm. They don't have anything to sell. They will call me, sir, do you have snails? I say, yes. Please, I need to sell to a client. My own has finished. Please, can you give me yours? Yes, I give. So we do business. In snail farming, you need to understand who to go with. My name remains Engineer Theocracy, the Inspector General of Snail, Africa. I am humble to the core. I will give you the facts to those of you who have some dogo, dot, countable, dwarf banana, dwarf plantain in your farm. Please return back to farm and plant not seasonal plants. Plant plants that can withstand dry season, they are there, rainy season, they are there. Those are the kind of plants you need to dominate in your farm. So when the snail comes eating perennial crops, eating the gourmet plants, they will not finish those kind of plants. Those plants dominate. Another secret I want to also let you know is this. So many of us, so many farmers, so many clients, they rush to stock. This is what will happen to your farm. Immediately the plants are coming up, you just see plant coming up, you bought snail, you stock. The snail will overpower the plants. Do not stock a farm that snail will overpower. How do I mean? You allow the farm to be thick. The farm will be thick to the point that snails cannot finish it. Allow the farm to be thick. When the farm is thick, when the snail comes, they will eat. They will eat. They will eat. They can't finish the farm. Then they will relax. The farm is growing. The farm is growing. If you allow the snails to finish the farm on time before the farm grows, it's sure they won't even allow the farm to grow. So allow the farm to really meet natural habitat. Natural habitat. When you go to snail farm in the forest as in natural ones, you see that everywhere is thick. In those days, we were looking for snails in the plantations. We have to carry many dead leaves that falls on the ground. You open, you see snail under. You will pick it. The snail is staying there calm. And when you pick it like this, the first thing you see from the snail, it will throw you water. Churn, water will pour out. You say yes. That water that pours out of that snail tells you that the snail is damn humid. Enough water. That is why they go underneath. So when we allow the farm to grow to natural habitat, we allow so many hideouts to be. This hollow block, you see, when we use hollow block, many people still do not understand why we use hollow block. We use hollow block, the middle of this hollow block serves as a hideout. Some people will use sand to fill it up. Some people will go and we give hollow block. We have 6 inches, we have 9 inches, we have 4 inches. 4 inches The holes inside the 4 inches is too tiny. Snail cannot enter. If the venture squeeze themselves in, they cannot come out again. Then they will die there. Allow a hollow block that is spacious enough. Acceptable one is 6 inches. 9 inches is too big. It's too hollow that heat will enter. But the sizable one which giant snail can enter is 6 inches block. Now there are some 6 inches block that has a very tiny hollow. Don't use those kind of blocks. Tiny hollow, there is hole, but tiny hollow that you see like breeders. Only breeders can enter. But when the snails are becoming big, they can no longer enter. They start wandering everywhere. No hideout, garment over, they will die. You see, there are many things you need to know. There are many things you need to know. Like I always say, get a mentor. Let your mentor mentor you to the point that you say, yes, I have a mentor. I am a follower. When you follow too much people, you are causing problem. You follow engineer theocracy, you follow engineer B, you follow engineer C, you follow consultant A, you follow consultant B, you are following all. You get information here, you get here, this one says like this, one says like this, confusion here and there. Please, evaluate and filtrate information, filter information. When you hear people like us comes and lecture, oh, theocracy has spoken and it's 100% correct. No, filter the information. The ones you know that is true, convinced by you, take it. The one you know that is not correct is just saying just because he wants to talk, trash it off. Then use that good information to work. This is my information today to all viewers, all subscribers, and my clients, my students. I say thank you. Once again, I remain Engineer Theocracy, Inspector General of Snail.